Let's check in with our referee. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play.
Protein spill.
On first down, Allen. Room here to run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, Mayfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Play action. It's locked. He's going to sling this deep down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Allen. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
61, matchbox light.
From the 17, Mayfield. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 7 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. 15 yards on the play, first down. Luck now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Off of play action. Luck. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A big And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now he's going to throw it back deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll fake it. Now Luck. This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 30 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So, two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Allen. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Mayfield looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Under crunch.
Now Mayfield. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, first down there on a pickup of 25. Mayfield now. Allen has it, left side. It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just in. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Luck now to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And this is going to be incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. To throw is Luck. Ertz over the middle. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Mine's 50, mine's 50. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field.
On first down, Allen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing, but there are plenty of other guys out there too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Luck now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing again is Luck. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Holt. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Switch up, switch up.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Luck. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Luck. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards and a first down.
From the red zone now, Luck. Being chased out left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Andrew Luck keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And now here's another interception. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Good. 180. I hope you got your left. King.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Michael Strahan able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield, now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. To throw, Mayfield. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. It's Allen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield steps away to his left. Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mayfield on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Gurley again here on first down. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the 17, Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Vikings 7, Raiders 0. Matt Bryant set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 66 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Double time. 4 down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. He's at the 30, past the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many
three-syllable word.
syllables, yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes, right side. And the Raiders are in for 6. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Ready to go now on a sunny afternoon in the East Bay. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
180! Hey, up left! Hurry!
The drive starts with a run by Allen. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
On second down, it's Allen. James Bradbury there to make the tackle. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Play fake. Mayfield rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 68 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Next to score, Raiders 7, Texans
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Like 80.
50. Run.
Whoa.
50's the money.
Hey, 2. Black and 3.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now it's Roethlisberger. And caught left side, Olsen. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Running for it. Here's Martin. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that one's complete to Gurley.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger dancing to his left. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Raiders pick it up. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Roethlisberger. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Allen. And he's into the clear. The 20. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Real.
They'll run for it. This is Allen. And he'll get it only to about the 3 and no further as they stop him. The running play does not work from the 5 on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's going to return it to the 20. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Ready to go now on a sunny afternoon in the East Bay. And off we go from Oakland. This one taken from the 7th. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Good. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
How about that, taking a deep shot on the first play of the game, obviously wanting to set a tone by pushing the ball downfield, just came up incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Mayfield. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown,